Hello and welcome to Negative Feedback. Today we are shooting all kinds of different instant film, giving a good comparison between all the types you can get and trying to give you a good idea of what ones you should be shooting. I'm joined with Guy and Ruben, who we are going to take some lovely photos of and just try and have a good fun day. So the first camera we're looking at today is the Impossible i1. I'm going to be shooting some black and white film first. This is a brand new camera that they've made. Interested to see how it performs. So the reason why you've seen me rushing to hide the photos from the Impossible camera is that they actually take a lot longer to develop and they are really sensitive to light as soon as you take them, which is a big difference from the Fujifilm. It's not necessarily bad, it only takes 5 minutes really with the black and white, but it does take quite a bit longer with the colour. It's just a bit of an inconvenience if you don't have somewhere to put it. I do actually prefer the format of the Impossible film. I think the square kind of just looks classic. I prefer it to the wide of the Fuji. But I am a big fan of Instax Mini. We don't have one of them printed out yet, but I think the square looks classic. The exposures haven't been spot on yet, but we've only taken 4. There's more to play with. So the other camera we're going to be looking at is the Instantflex, which is an Instax Mini, which is a type we haven't shot yet. And it's styled like a TLR, where you look through the top and you can pose through one lens and it takes it through the other one. So this camera is probably the most epic of all of the instant cameras. It is a classic Polaroid 195, which takes Fuji pack film, which has recently been discontinued, which is sad, but it still is quite readily available. I think it makes the nicest image out of all of them. So after a day of shooting all the various different types of film, I definitely have some preferences over some rather than others. Surprisingly, I didn't think I was going to like the Impossible colour film as much from what I've seen previously, but some shots, especially like this, they do look very retro and hipster-esque. You'd probably find something like this on Tumblr, but at the same time I think it's actually really nice and it's a lot sharper than I thought it was going to be. The only inconvenience is that this takes half an hour to 45 minutes to develop, and it's got to be in the dark. And we have some Instax Mini, which I shot on the Instantflex, which these are great. There's some little light leaks you get from it, and it has this problem with the rollers where you get 3 bands of darker parts which eventually disappear. They're pretty much gone on here. I think Instax Mini is my favourite format. I really like how more pocketable it is. It's much better to take a picture of a friend or someone you don't know and give it to someone with this. It's less of an inconvenience as holding the Instax wide. Next up was the FP100c, which is, it's just beautiful. Like, it looks like a real photo, it looks like a real print. Much more realistic colours, I guess, and incredibly sharp. Next up we have the black and white Gen 2 from Impossible, which has turned quite yellow. It's gone like quite sepia. I don't know if this is because we left out and just like facing the sun all day. I actually really like the tones in this. It looks really nice. It's not the most accurate exposures. It has lost detail, but I think that's part of the fun with instant film. You're never looking for a perfect image. And last up we have Instax wide. I'm not particularly fond of composing on this aspect ratio, and I feel like when I'm holding it, it's about to like flop away, but I think it's got the best colour rendition, like accurate colours, and it's the most simple to take a picture on. You don't have to worry about anything, it's there within a minute. It has given some weird light leaks, but I'm rooting for Instax at this point.
Sorry if I ruined that for you.